So back again, PRI 2016. We're in the BMR booth, and I'm here with Kelly. He's going to tell us about some of the new parts they have, and something like really new for you guys, I guess, is Fox body stuff.
Yeah, we held off for quite a while. Now we're really going to start hitting it pretty heavy. We see a void in that market. There's a lot of parts that aren't even available. If they are, they're hard to find. So, for example, set of lower control arms here. It's just a real common poly bearing, allows the articulation, keeps the MVH low. Stock replacement has a spring perch, has the mount for the sway bar, but the kicker is it's on-car adjustable. We had to put a little bit of effort into designing our own adjuster, instead of just buying one from somebody that makes adjusters. We have our own design, but this allows you to adjust the thrust angle, the wheelbase, everything on the car without removing it. We also have, well, of course, would be more of an economical version. What's more common is a single off-car adjustable, but we're really hoping to sell a lot of these because they're just a lot better, for adjustability and convenience.
So basically, the single adjustable one, that would be for the guy who's wants to basically the Ronco food dehydrator. He wants to set it and forget it, do it once, put it on the car, and you're done. But
it's an economical way to do. So in the past, we do a poly bearing, and we put the bearing in a housing, and then we weld it. So on this, a rod end's cheaper because we don't have to have a CNC billet housing with a bearing inside it with a snap ring. For this one, we can just use a rod end. So really all they're going to do is they're going to set it to the stock length, tighten it up, put it in, and then they get that advantage. So they're not really going to use the adjustability for anything other than making sure it's the length of the stock.
Okay.
Stock arm.
Yeah, totally makes sense. Now, what about this new sway bar you guys have?
Oh man, this is hot right now. We in the last 3 weeks, we've actually sold about 100 of them. To be honest with you, there's a lot of anticipation with this bar. This is a quarter wall, 100% bolt-in drag anti-roll bar. So it's the first of its kind. No welding axle tabs. Uses the stock end-link mounts for the sway bar. It works with or without BMR relocation brackets or any that are designed after or look like our brackets. Or if you don't have the brackets, we send spacers. So the bar mounts will actually bolt to lower control arm mounts without relocation brackets. So it's plug and play. It's a 25-minute installation.
Wow, so you guys
and
knocked the install
1.1 60-foot times. So we've already got.
So you've tested that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we've already got cars running it. As a matter of fact, JPC Racing, we sent them one of our prototypes to test. They put it on Andy Howard's car. A month and a half ago, that car was cutting 1.3, 1.4 60 foots. Not just because of the bar, but now it's going 1.20 60 foots on BMR suspension poly bushings with that anti-roll bar.
So you're definitely claiming that gain, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was all BMR?
Yes.
Okay. And then what about the new upper you guys have?
So another more of an overkill deal. This upper control arm, when you have a 3-link, it puts a lot more load on the upper control arm compared to a 4-link. Over time, we've had, granted, very powerful and heavy cars. We've seen cars split or stretch these housings. So we ignored it. We didn't even consider offering a rod end upper control arm. And our customers know, and the people that are familiar with our product know that we always use on an upper control arm, we use a housed bearing because it's way stronger. Our upper control arm right now before this one, the one with the housed bearing, is about 4 times stronger than a rod end upper control arm that's readily available. So the downfall is the price point. So this is about half the price of our housed bearing arm. So we have a 1-inch housed bearing. Now this is a 1-inch rod end. So it's the first 1-inch rod end upper control arm for this car of its kind. Of course, it took a lot of work. We had to come up with our own style adjuster. We used a swaged tube here. So instead of using tube adapters, billet CNC tube adapters, we actually just used a tube and we machined the inside of it with threads, and then we made a compact adjuster that the bearing goes inside the adjuster and then the adjuster goes inside the arm. So yeah, it's a strong piece. And
yeah, it looks super beefy.
It's huge. People see it. It's been a big hit here at the show. and they just can't believe it because nobody really uses such a big rod end. But the OEM has a really large upper control arm with a large 18 millimeter bolt. So it just kind of fits the bill naturally. It's never going to break. It's huge, strong, high quality, and the best part is it's only $169,
wow,
which
so
is incredible.
Came in at a great price point on that.
Yes.
Now, I see you guys have some stuff for the S550 car as well. The rear end, we've got some new linkage.
Yeah, of course, we've been selling a lot of S550 products lately, but one of the items that's been real hot is the upper camber link. So we actually make it longer than stock. So for cars that are lowered, that are getting that -2 degree camber in the back, the problem with that is you can't run the type of the toe in that the S550 really wants. So you're band-aiding it. With our upper camber link, it's longer, so it gives you that a more adjustment to come back out closer to that -1 range. A street car really needs to be in the -1 range. The problem with the stock upper arm is you can't get to that range when you lower the car a lot, you know. So, and then everything else on our display is more along the lines of the things that we've had, like our Cradle bushing lockout kit. We have anything from Delrin aluminum and poly bushings to inserts, you know, 30-minute installations to 8-hour installations. We pretty much cover the whole spectrum. So,
yeah, so you've basically got something for everyone when
correct.
It comes to that.
And it shows on the track. You know, we've had record-setting Trans Am S550s run the parts. The fastest S550, Mo Mackey, you know, went 1.1 60-foot time on 17-inch wheels with the full BMR suspension. So we've got road course guys winning on this stuff, and we've got, you know, the fastest drag cars in the world. It's pretty cool to reach all the way across both, you know.
So I'm guessing I'm going to see you at Bradenton, though,
Oh, yeah.
this spring. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, I got some cool stuff in the works. So.
Cool. Well, look forward to seeing you then. Thank you, man.
Thanks.